Welcome to the It's Your RV podcast. It's hosted by Keith Shomaker, co-owner of Redlands Truck and RV, and Brad Killgore, owner of Custom Shops Marketing. We created this show to connect the RV repair world, provide trusted resources if you're starting a repair shop or you're just trying to grow one. It's also a great resource for RV owners to find out the latest developments in the industry. This podcast dives deep below the typical surface level content that you may be used to seeing. Listen to our show on all streaming platforms. And if you have any questions or need a referral, reach out to us. We'll be glad to help. All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Brad Killgore here with Custom Shops Marketing. I'm here with my good friend Keith Shomaker from Redlands Truck and RV. How are you today, Keith?
Good. Good morning, Brad. Thank you.
Good, good. So we wanted to kick off our first episode of our podcast. It's called It's Your RV. And this
Yay.
show is really cool because we are going to do our best to help RV shop owners and RV owners on the latest and greatest things that are happening in the RV world because it's ever changing. It's a fun industry, and there's just a lot going on. So we're going to do our best to bring special guests on to explain products, help shops with different things that might increase their bottom line, and in the overall scheme of things, just have a good time. So, Keith, do you want to just chime in on how we met and where we've gone from there?
Yeah, absolutely. Got an invite to actually at Courtside, probably in 2021, got an invite to attend a Renegade Rally in Arizona. And I had never done a Renegade Rally. I knew it was a Super C, a giant Class C RV. I just didn't know all of the intricacies about it. And here I am at a Casa Grande RV park with, I think there were close to 100 of your Class C types, the Renegade owners, and it was a great rally, very well organized, and they were very uh, uh, helpful in making sure that Redlands Trunk and RV had the opportunity to talk to as many people as possible. And one of those people I talked to was Brad, and he said, "Hey, man, seen your website." And I was like, "Uh-oh." From that day forward, Brad helped me fix our website and get it functioning. And here we are today with a podcast. And couldn't be happier, prouder, more excited.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a cool rally because there were about 100 Renegade RVs there, a really good group of people. We were there with ours, and excuse me, and Keith came over and he came over and we did a little session with him at our coach, and he came through and helped us with some things, showed us some different things that we could do to upgrade and improve things. And the friendship started there. And like he said, we were able to rebuild his website to a much higher level and really get it to where it's producing business for him and what have you.
We're we we're selling parts online. We've never done that before. So
Exactly.
yeah, I'm
Exactly.
super excited.
Yeah, and
And
people. Go ahead.
and Brad, you should know too that Newmar as well as Tiffin have entered the Super C market
Oh
and
yeah.
are very proud and aggressive with their product that they're offering, similar
Yes.
to the Renegade.
Yeah, the Super Cs are an amazing vehicle because it's literally a semi truck with an
Yep,
RV attached. It's all
yep,
connected,
yep.
and the safety of those compared to other RVs is incredible. The level of quality that most of them have is insane.
Yeah, especially the Renegade. I mean, they do it
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so from there, we Keith and I have become friends. I've been to his shop several times, stayed at the Grove, which is his basically his RV park that's exclusive for his customers. It's just a short hop to walk right down the street to where your coach is being worked on. It's a full hookups facility, and when we had some issues with our coach a year or so ago, we had a huge foot of snow hit Southern California, which was rare. and we had some issues, and so we got it in there, and Keith and his crew were able to take care of things real quickly. So we've spent a fair amount of time, and now we're looking forward to the big event, which is coming up next week. Keith, you want to tell us about the big event coming up?
Absolutely. Courtside sports, vacation and RV show, Courtside, Arizona, 700 South Central. It's basically the intersection of the 10 freeway and the 95. And they set up a giant tent. Kimmy and her husband, they have a great crew, and Kimmy King, and they do a great job. I believe it's a close to 100,000 square foot tent, probably a little under that. But we will have a sales presentation inside of there, along with probably 1,100 other vendors selling anything and everything you can imagine. But what's unique about Quartzsite is Redlands Truck and RV sets up a service center on site in the parking lot of the show. That's extremely easy to find. And we're doing all of our upgrades and tires, all the things that can be done on a coach in the middle of the desert. That's pretty much what we're doing. So we're excited. I actually will leave this weekend to take some stuff out, come back and take another load out, and then the majority of us will leave here, our area, Redlands area, and head 150 miles and get ourselves set up. So it's
Right,
exciting.
right. And you've been doing this for how many years? A number of years, right?
I was afraid you'd ask me. My memories, I have a good memory, but like my cousin says, it's not very long. Um, at least 15. And I I don't know. I need to look at, in fact, Mike and I, my general manager, will talk about it when we get out there, and he'll remind me that it's been 25 years or something, but it's been a
Right.
long time. Um, I really look forward to it. Actually, I'm looking forward to it. There's been a couple times when it's been cold or rainy and I haven't looked forward to going out there, but the weather is forecasted to be in our favor and our customers' favor. So we're looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know for me, being an RVer for many years, I've spent my last 3 winters in Arizona in a place called Camp Verde.
Yeah.
And every year I plan to go to the Courtside RV event. And for one reason or another, I wasn't able to make it. So I'm really looking forward to going this year and enjoying it.
Uh, what's funny is there's another show going on at the same time. They call it the Super Show, and it's where manufacturers break out a bunch of new things. And this takes place in Tampa every year, same
Right,
time as Quartzsite. So what you have is you have a representation from some of the large companies, but a majority of them are in Tampa this year, every year at this time, and doing their big display. So they leave us out here to ourselves out in the desert to fend for ourselves. And it can be a challenge. It really can be, finding parts. Um, and you'll see it's every year it's something amazing. Something amazing always happens out there, and it's always for the good.
right, right. And I mean, it's crazy because when you pass through Courtside any other time of the year, it's just a small desert town on the 10
Yeah,
freeway.
yeah,
And basically it transforms into close to 1 million people converge on it, and it's just crazy.
yeah. 600,000, yeah, 2 or 300,000 coaches
Right.
within 30 miles each direction. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What you wanted to know about Quartzsite is you want to go during the off season, and that's the only time you're going to be able to eat at Silly Al's.
Right.
But all the rest of the time you can't get in. So,
Too busy. Yeah.
and we as a business, we learned a bunch of good lessons by being out there. We used to stay in hotels in Ehrenberg, so that was a 30-minute drive every night after working hard all day long
Right.
and leaving your stuff out there, your tools and everything, hoping that they're going to be there the next morning when you drive 30 minutes back in.
Right.
Kimmy King offers camping for the vendors, and so we started taking that up 15-ish years ago. And what a difference. We set up a center camp, we feed ourselves and our crew of 20 plus volunteers, customers, friends, whoever, and we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner for as many days as we're there. So it's
Right.
quite an operation, and you'll see it's a pretty amazing. I'm looking
Right.
forward to
Right. And
it.
so the actual event goes about 8 or 9 days, right?
Yeah, starts this Saturday, the 20th, not this Saturday, Saturday the January 20th, 2024, and it goes through the 28th. So it's 8 days. So
Okay.
it's Saturday to Sunday. But if you're thinking of Courtside, or if someone is, go out there now or after we're there too. Yes, we want you to go when we're there, but especially if you need something like tires, shocks, sway bars, safety plus, any of that sort of thing. Yeah, we would love to have you there. We in fact pull in and we'll get you taken care of. You don't even have to have an appointment.
Right.
But Courtside goes from November to April, and it's six of everything. I really need to take my grandson out there. He loves rocks and geodes, and I said, man, I need to get you out there. Unfortunately, it's cold and he's in school, so we'll
Right.
another day.
Right. Right. Well, you kind of touched on the different services that you guys will be providing there. Now, obviously, you can't do every single thing because you can't take every piece of heavy equipment from your shop there, but you
Right.
touched on it. So, was there any other products or services that you guys offer
Lot,
there?
in the weather, especially in an RV, tires and batteries are always an issue, and we will have. I wish I had the picture up. I could show you pallets of AGM and lithium batteries that we're bringing out. Every year we sell out of batteries
Okay.
because some of them are heavy. The lithiums aren't. Um, Regardless, they're bulky, and we need room to bring them out. We have 2 pallets full, so we'll probably sell those and be looking for more on Tuesday or Wednesday. So if customers need batteries, we've got you covered. There's a certain there's some things that need to happen when you use lithium batteries, and we'll go over that with you. We have charge controllers. We have what we need in order to install those correctly. Um, every year we have someone that has an issue. They don't have power or heat or such, and we may not have all the parts out there, but we usually typically find a way to get them going again. And every year it's something. And we, we without a review program, without an ability for our customers to easily place a review on Google Places or any of our formats, nobody knows about that kind of stuff. So if you're a if you're a shop like us, make sure you capture those moments where you really, really help someone out. And it's I could think back of all the times in Courtside that someone they said, "Hey, I just want a couple shocks," and we climb underneath there, and there's a hole in the inside dual. Like wow. And they're not upset. They're like grateful that we're there and that we were there to help them out. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm grateful too because you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you ask them, "Hey, where were you going from here?" "Oh, we're gonna go meet our friends and grandkids in Texas on this tire that you didn't know that had a hole in it." So
Right.
I love it when we help people, and it's even better when they appreciate it as well, and they let people know. So look for
Right.
those reviews coming soon.
Absolutely. Well, and I think another important thing is you guys are there to help. You've helped so many people over
Yeah.
the and it's
Yep.
it's really great that you're able to do that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you don't need to have an appointment, but cool. Oddly enough, people can go to your website, which is redlandstruckservice.com, and right in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little chat widget there where you can talk to a tech, or you can click on the link right there and book a spot in advance for your courtside visit, so you're on the
Yep.
list, you're on the
Yeah.
calendar.
We'd love for you to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it just makes things easier, that way you're booked on there and you're done, you're going to be taken care of.
Mhm.
So, well, it's going to be
We
a
did,
cool event.
we did get a couple responses, and one of them was a request for us to go over to an RV campground and adjust an entry door. And I'm glad we had the opportunity. I'm glad, this the opportunity came up to communicate with this person, and we did. We contacted him and said, hey, we don't have, we got guys that are doing tires and brakes and shocks. We don't have a door adjustment guy with us, but if you want to bring your coach over, we can probably help you out. So we leave it up
Right,
to the customer.
right, right. And I think in closing, I know that you're offering different services and parts and what have you. What do you think is probably the most popular besides tires and batteries? Would it be the Safety Plus?
Coney shocks and Safety Plus. That's probably our number one upgrade kit. And I've always said that a Coney shock is a customer maker. Once we do Coney shocks and a Safety Plus, if the customer was a little bit skeptical, like I'm not sure, is it worth $2,500 or $3,000, whatever they're spending, they go drive this thing and it's quieter, it's smoother, it's easier to drive. She appreciates it, he appreciates it, or the other partner appreciates it. Everybody inside the coach notices a big difference. And it's like, hey, what else do they have? They were talking about that other thing. What was that other thing? Boom, we've got an anti-sway bar for you that'll get rid of this.
Yeah,
And then it's like, hey, my microwave doesn't work. Oh, no problem. We'll help you. We take care of that too. And then
right,
again, obviously, it's our job to build a relationship with them and to get them to uh, uh, travel to us and stay with us in times that it's appropriate at the Grove.
sure.
Our shop is located in Southern California. We need to get that out there.
Yep,
I can hear the moans and groans now. Every seminar I do, and people say, "Oh, I don't want to go to California," and I totally get it. I don't blame them. Uh, but the difference is we're really only from Courtside. We're about 100 miles in, and we're right off the 10 freeway. If you were to come in on a Saturday and stay at our Grove, we give you an access code, um, a method to get in, and you just basically pull in and hook yourself up and wait for your appointment if it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And then you're in a situation where there's no traffic and it's not a
right,
headache.
right,
And Brad, thanks for asking that question, but I also feel too it's the same way with upgrades. People don't want to ask, "Hey, how can I make my coach better?" They they're tired of a bunch of different answers. And at our shop, hopefully, the service advisor you talk to is picks it up picks up the information and is informative enough and gives you the information that you're looking for. And if not, ask us. We don't have 200 different types of shock absorbers. We have one. It's the
right,
Tony Shock, and it's oil filled and it works the best. In fact, in Quartzsite, you'll see us installing the Evo. That's the Coney's brand new version of their FSD. So their great, incredible shock is even better. And hey, it doesn't make a big difference for my coach. Unbelievable difference. When you put Coney shocks on your coach, it's probably an 80%, at least an 80% improvement in ride comfort. And again, it's quieter. So to answer your question, Coney shocks and then Safety Plus. They almost go hand in hand.
right.
We need to probably talk to and ask Josh from Safety Plus to be on our program out there in Quartzsite because he's the number one. He's the head cheese man. He knows what goes on back there in Georgia, and we're very fortunate to have him out here with us.
Great. That's great.
So
And I can,
he'll be staying with us and working inside and outside.
okay, absolutely. Well, and I can speak from personal experience. I drove my 40-foot coach, my Renegade coach, into Redlands uh, Grove private campsite or campground there, and it's super accessible off Interstate 10.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. You're not going through any crazy roads to get there. You're just off the road. You make a left turn and you go right in, and there's a guard gate. It's perfectly safe there. And
Yeah.
there's orange trees and lemon trees, if I'm not mistaken, right on the
Yeah.
property, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
it's a really cool setting. And so if you need some, you want to pick some oranges or what have you, just help yourself.
And I think that should hopefully it sends a message to people to let them know that we're serious about taking care of them. I get
Yes.
it all the time. Well, how much is it to stay here? If we're working on your RV, there's no charge. We want you taken care of. We want you safe. We want you to have your coach back every night. And that's something that RV owners don't think of and consider until it's time to fix their coach out on the road.
Yeah.
It's different if I'm at home in my home shop and I can go drop it off. It doesn't matter if it takes an additional 2 or 3 weeks for the coach to even get looked at, much less fixed. But on the road, no way, man. My dog is in there, my medication, my pillow, my glasses, my
Right.
life is inside this RV. I need to get in there every night at least.
Yes.
And that's what we do. We know it's personal and we keep it personal. And we're extremely proud that we're one of the only ones that are able to do that kind of thing out here like this. I know back east there's probably more room available, and I know that some service centers have giant RV parks close by them. It makes it super convenient. And I think that we're just as fortunate as them on the ability to be able to do that out here for the safety and convenience of our customers.
Absolutely. Like in my case, being a full-time RVer at that time, I mean, like you
Yeah,
say, I lived in there. So
yeah,
it was super convenient and
yeah,
very unique scenario. So I loved it.
yep. But yep, we're excited, and you'll see the same kind of hospitality uh, at Courtside. What I love about Courtside is I'll be inside most of the day or doing whatever I'm doing, and then in the afternoon and the evening, I realize that we're working on somebody's coach overnight, or that they need to stay with us overnight, and they come to our camp and we feed them, and they can't believe that there's 25 people from this company in Redlands that are all sitting there laughing, giving each other a hard time, having a great time, but we're all working together and we're there to make sure they're safe and comfortable. And it's I know that you call it organic, and I guess if organic means that it comes from days of wanting to make sure your customer is served, being the best in customer service, then absolutely, I'll call it organic. I love it. I love
Uh,
taking care of people.
Absolutely. And it shows. I mean, your reputation, people know you from all over the country because of your reputation. And that goes a long ways.
Yeah,
So,
and a couple other things. We screw up quite a bit too, but we take care of it.
well, nobody's perfect and it happens, but that's the thing. You back your play and everything's always taken care of.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
So cool. Well, looking forward to seeing folks out in Quartzsite next week or so. And we're looking forward to being able to share ideas with you all on It's Your RV podcast. And with
Yeah,
that, we'll close it out and hope everybody has a great weekend coming up.
thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for listening to It's Your RV podcast. Our goal is that this information was helpful for you and that you will share and subscribe to our podcast. You can also follow us on our YouTube and social channels.